Yes, boys. Whew. What a day I've had. Just yeah, got the house to myself for a whole week, so making the most of it, banging out content for you guys, and yeah, kind of getting straight to it. So um, yeah, this one today was literally just going to be a yap session. So you know, if you're prepared for a yap, then obviously stay. It's for those of you who want to improve, for those of you who want to get better and want more from your life. And literally the talk was going to be about like procrastination, right? For those of you who don't know what procrastination is, it is literally the terminology of hesitating, right? Not making a move. And in this case, procrastination is, you know, in in what I'm trying to say, is you're not making a move to better your life, and you're just sitting there day by day, thinking that your life's gonna just magically improve. You know, you're starting to take on these like manifesting tips and these law of attractions and human laws, but deep down you know that's not going to work if you're not actually putting the work in yourself. You can't rely on the laws of the universe. Yes, I do believe in them myself, but you can't rely on them if you're not actually doing any work. You can't magically think that the fucking Rari is going to be outside. You can't think that you can just spawn your wife. It doesn't work like that. It never has worked like that. So if you think that's you doing something productive, you're wasting your time and you kind of just look like a dickhead, in all honesty. You need to literally attack life with the idea that the work you put in is what you get. Now, don't get me wrong, it'll get to a point where you have to work smarter than rather than to work harder. But in this case, you have nothing. You haven't started anything. You're not on a journey. So you need to just put in that work and literally start. Like, I have this so many times. People have come to me asking, yo, like, Jamie, can I get into trading? Can you, can you teach me trading? Like, oh, how hard is trading? Have you made any money? All these questions that I always get about trading. And literally, I give them the same answer every time. you know you have to start. I once started, I knew it was going to be hard. I found out the statistics of the 1%, and basically I can call myself a 1% trader because I have made money from the markets working on the consistency side. But I am, especially in the prop firm game, I'm classed as a 1% trader. But for that to be another video about trading, this is literally purely about you, your mind, and the work you're putting in on the ground. Yeah, you can go to the gym, you can improve your physique. That's all brilliant stuff. But if you want to improve in the business game, if you want to grow your bank account or build a skill that can grow your bank account in the future, which is the path I chose to get, you have got to put the work in. And realistically, before you put the work in, you've got to start. You've got to start your journey, and you've got to literally just expect that nothing's going to come from it from at least the first 3 months. And that's me being kind. Depends what side hustle you choose. For example, trading, don't expect anything for the first year minimum. you know like everyone thinks, and that's the thing with just starting as well. Like, once you've started, you've taken the biggest jump. You really have taken the biggest jump, and there's not much more you have left to do apart from you know the process, the journey, the actual work. You've done that first day of work. You've started learning. So why would you then quit and then waste all those hours that you've just put in on that first day to go to nothing? What is the point? When I first started trading, it obviously was with signals. I was trying to get a rich quick scheme going, and I was trying to make a quick buck for myself. But obviously, it never worked out like that. It never will. Get a rich quick schemes are a scam, literally the modern age scam that loads of people fell for, me included, and a lot of other people that I know. So you've got to take into account that whatever skill you start, don't expect anything for like the first couple of months. There's other skills besides trading. There's other skills that you can get money quicker, you can scale quicker with them, but expect nothing. Work like you're never going to get anything for the first year. Have that mental side of it in there. A lot of people come into the game, into a journey, a skill, whatever you want to call it, and they just instantly feel like they are owed everything from that skill. You know, you see in trading, people think that they can run the markets within 3 weeks, a month, whatever, 3 months. It takes time. It's everything's a skill, and you have to master that skill. So nothing's gonna come easy. But back to procrastinating. Procrastination is literally nothing different to wasting your time. It's false dopamine because you're constantly telling other people, you're constantly telling yourself, and realistically, the actual deeper meaning is you're lying to everyone because you know that all those things. Oh yeah, like I'm gonna start day trading soon. You know, I'm gonna start a business soon. Oh yeah, in the future I'm gonna be rich as fuck. Like, you know, why are you lying? You're not doing any work. You know, the most you do is fucking made a flip on Vinted, and now you think you're the fucking bollocks. You think you make online money, and it's just, you know, that's really what procrastination is. It's self dopamine. It's small hits of dopamine that are actually false. You know, yes, you could class it as manifestation. That's what I used to do until I realized that, okay, I've said that now. Why do I keep saying it? You know, and I still done it on the journey, but deep down I knew that, you know, I wasn't going to get paid for another couple of months, but I was still saying it. But why was I saying it? You know, but it's the people that, if you haven't started your journey, yeah, you don't do a skill, you don't grind, you don't hustle, you don't do any of that, but you're literally telling other people, telling yourself these sort of things. Like, what are you doing? Like, you actually look like a mug. You're lying for no reason. So stop. And actually, if you want to, you know, be truthful and you want to actually be that person, just actually start and do it. You know, it's not actually that hard once you start. Like, you'll be surprised. Um, and procrastination is literally like, it's almost like a distraction because you're like hesitating over what. What would you rather do? You're thinking, oh, what if? What if I don't make money? What if I don't? What if I'm not good? You know, what if I don't, you know, get clients? What if I don't make money off trading? What if I'm shit? What if I'm this? What will people think of me if I'm doing this? You know, what will my parents think? Mate, it's your life. Actually do what you want to fucking do. Like, do what you want to do simply. Done. Yeah. And think of the other way. Think of the fucking opposite. What, you work a job for someone else. You get told when you have fucking lunch. You get told when you go home. You get told when to go on holiday, and most of the time you get shit pay for what, working fucking 9 hours a day, 8 hours a day, whatever it is. Like, think of the fucking polar opposite. If you don't fucking start, you're gonna work a job. You're gonna be like everyone else. You're gonna be a slave. Like, that is the reality. Unless if you're someone, and you're probably not watching this video, you're probably watching this video if you're like me. But if you're someone that actually enjoys that job, and that job does have a salary and it does have set times and a boss, but you enjoy that job and that's your passion, I have nothing against that. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be working for yourself in the future, and you're procrastinating over starting now, think of what's going to happen. Think of the worst thing that's going to happen. You're going to work a job. Yeah. If you fail, the worst thing that's going to happen is you work a job. So think of it like that. That's literally the best thing I can say. Think of it like that. Think of what it'd rather be. Or unless you start, you fail, 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 fail. Yes, you might get mocked, you might get criticism, but everyone on an entrepreneurial journey gets that. Everyone has to go through challenges and mental barriers and, you know, family problems, and everyone has to do it. Doesn't matter if your family's an entrepreneur. My dad is an entrepreneur, and I've still had problems with my own family about trading. You know, I've been doubted time and time and time again by my own family. What makes it any harder for anyone else? You're gonna get those challenges, but then you have to go through those challenges to achieve working for yourself, which is the ultimate goal. It's not even being rich, it's not even driving a Rolls Royce. It's working for yourself, so you don't get told what to do. You don't get told where to be and how to be. You know, you get paid a limited salary when you work for someone else. And the one I keep coming back to is you get told when to fucking eat lunch. Now, does that not sound mental? So think of it that way. Go through those challenges, or work a job and be a slave and work a job that you fucking hate, because that's the reality of it. That's the way I put it. Or go through the challenges, follow the process, believe in yourself, be delusional about what you want to do, because that's important. What you want to do, and go through those challenges and be that person and live that life that you want to live. A life full of freedom, success, happiness, fulfillment. Yeah, think of it like that. So don't fucking procrastinate, because it is bullshit. And you're bullshitting yourself and everyone else. So keep it real, figure out what you want and go get it. And boys, if you want to be around like-minded people, if you want to chat to me day to day, if you want to have advice from people higher up the scale than me, I've got a community link down below. You know, there's like-minded people, tips and tricks and pieces of advice of how to level up your life, how to level up here, because this is the engine to the success. So if you want to level up, link is down below. Instagram's down below. Give me a message and let's get to work. Let's start today. I hope that you watching this can see this video and stop procrastinating today and start. Get on your journey, get on your grind and prove everyone wrong from today. Fucking